Our firm represents many clients who are charged with sexual assault. And one of the first questions they're going to ask is, if I'm found guilty or I plead guilty, will I be going to jail? Now, sexual assault can comprise a range of activity from perhaps inappropriately grabbing a woman's buttocks in a bar right up to a very serious rape or rape endangering life. For the vast, vast majority of sexual assaults, you are absolutely facing a jail term and a very significant jail term. And let me give you an example. Let's say you're charged with a date rape where you go out on a date and at the end of the night the woman says no and you force her and there's no injuries, but she didn't consent and was saying no, and you went ahead and raped this woman and you decide to plead guilty to that. In that particular situation, the range in Ontario tends to be 2 to 3 years in jail, depending on the aggravating and mitigating factors, your age, your that sort of thing, your background, and the actual nature of the offense. But you're clearly facing a jail term in that range, depending on the facts and your background. Now, let's take a much less serious matter. There might be sexual assault where you did touching and groping of a woman. You're more likely facing many months in jail, as an example. Getting back to my example of the bar, that's a touchy situation in the sense that you've grabbed this woman's buttocks. It's totally inappropriate. You might be able to avoid a jail term in that situation. Maybe, maybe not. That's certainly on the lesser end of the scale, and it's a situation where we have avoided a jail term on many occasions. So it's a wide range. I mean, sexually assaulting a minor involved is really serious. You're facing multiple years in jail. Indecent acts and sexual assaults on minors and invitation of sexual touching, there's serious mandatory minimums, there's serious jail time. So the bottom line, it's a real spectrum, a spectrum from no jail potentially on a very low end assault, maybe a breast grab in the bar, touchy situation too, but it's got to be negotiated, right up to the other end where you could be facing 10 years in jail. For example, sexually assaulting young people inappropriately, which is considered a very heinous offense. They're all considered heinous offenses, obviously, but there's lesser aggravated facts and more serious facts. So that's the short answer to, am I facing a jail term for sexual assault?